this message today, this recording, our next urgency meeting finds you well and you're still blessed in what you're doing that's gotten you here today and will propel you forward in this moment. But thank you again. Today's topic is called War in Heaven. So, given that opening statement, do you think that we are all quiet monks with no conflicting human tendencies? Even if we were sitting in heaven, wherever you know it to be, you think we'd all be sitting there as quiet monks, just holding hands and enjoying each other because nothing else to do, nothing to create, produce, or maintain or fix? Of course, it'd be ideal if we could act and interact like that, to see and sense each other in our respective wholeness and not from the margins of being taller, smarter, fitter, blacker, whiter, whatever. Now, this war in heaven doesn't mean a bloodbath, a holocaust, a new holocaust, or a nuclear conflict. It could. We each have that Oppenheimer capability within us to produce that destruction, or put it simply, to destroy and not produce. It could. But again, that is a choice and consequence we each have to make. Not just in a grand scheme, really right there in your relationship, at your job, with yourself, with your partner. You have that choice to make. Produce or destroy. In this case, the construct and scenario is the presumption of the heaven we have to live in and can live in right now. Here and now, not the one in the sky. We won't get into debates about your religious slant on where heaven should be and how you get there. I'm offering to you my perspective, and my personal position is that it is here, right here and now. Just like the other part that's here right now, that we all see every day, which is hell. But today we're talking about heaven, and talking about the war in heaven. I'm saying for the heaven to persist, we have to collaborate, to cooperate. This is not a place for competition or comparison. Even if we were quiet monks in this heaven, we still have things to do. We still are going to have differences in how we look, how we interact, how we observe, how we communicate. I say that because this is one heaven for all of us, not mine. Not my heaven against your heaven. Not my definition of heaven against your definition of heaven. If you can presume that heaven exists here right now, certainly we're going to have different perspectives, vantage points on that heaven, and different opinions. But instead of saying we're all in hell, we know what that's about. But maybe this statement about heaven already exists here, we probably will find ourselves more in debate than in agreement. Yes, certainly I'm probably being optimistic on this, but also realistic as well. I'm just saying, in this thing I'm describing to you as heaven today, here and now, we can all take our places in our lane and show up to perform our function, our purpose, deliver our message. I said show up. I said place. Yeah, a backhanded reference to a horse race. Meaning the win part has already been taken care of. We are here for some short period of time or physical time. We're already winning in that case. We should enjoy more of the heaven and get through the daily hell as well. Prepare for battle, for this war. by defending your integrity, your loyalty, your independence, your ability to collaborate and cooperate with your fellow competent and dangerous warriors. Your fellow competent and dangerous warriors in this heaven. That's irrespective of color or color or kin or gender. We should be a complement to and not adversaries or adversity of our journey. Should be. Again, call me the optimist or the dreamer of a good place or the best place we can ever be, which is, by the way, we are here. This is the best we can ever be in any given moment. But particularly in this moment, this is the best. I know we might see that as a little bit of a Pollyannish perspective on all the hell around us, all the things happening, the physical combative wars in places like Yemen and Syria and Ukraine and Gaza. I can see that. But consider it this way. If we can change our mindset to maybe to consider that we are existing in a heaven, yet we do have war in heaven to restore the peace and the love that we all seek. We all want that health, harmony, success, and love. We all want that. We really don't want to be destructive. We don't want to compete at the demise of our neighbors. We really don't want that. I know we're trying to move to those margins about, hey, he's in my yard, or hey, he bumped into me in the store. Those things happen. But as it should be, a way we can work together in this heaven peacefully. If not, then we have to consider taking ourselves to that hill, to that mountain, and through that mountain, maybe dying on that hill, but also remembering that memento mori statement, remember to die. Not in vain, not as an aggressive, destructive rebellion, no, for the positivity. So I mentioned that again at the end of this discussion today about war in heaven. Even though we're in heaven, we are facing adversaries and adverse conditions. But maybe changing your mindset that I'm in heaven, let me work to restore heaven for all of us to live in peacefully. Remember, to do that, however, it won't be easy. We have to be prepared to die in any moment. If we give ourselves to this moment right now and focus on what we were born here to do, especially what you're supposed to do while you're in heaven. Thanks again. I appreciate you taking the time to consider not a revolutionary perspective, but hopefully it helps you to change your life, change your perspective on this day. Until then, stay present, stay current. It's always 8:20.